Well, hello. This is K Powell. Tax Tuesday. What up, y'all? What up, Facebook people? Glad to be able to host and join you today. Thank you for tuning in to Tax Tuesday. Share this with everybody that you know so that they can be in the know about what's going on about their taxes. Yeah, I know you want to call me, and you know I'm going to answer that phone. But I just would love for you to join me on my weekly Tax Tuesday shows at 9 o'clock. Boy, I got something great for you. We have a guest. I am so excited. She's been on the show before, but she's coming again because guess what? My heart is for small business owners. And so anytime I can bring more information, actually go right to the source. Yeah, right to the source and get you the information. That's what I want to do. But before we bring on and I want to introduce my guest, I just want to tell you that taxes are hot and moving, and I'll be giving you some tips, giving you some updates after my guest is presented. So, without ado, it is my pleasure, and I really appreciate to be able to again bring as a guest Heather Luzzi from Small Business Administration. Hello, Heather.
Hello, how you doing,
I'm
Kay?
so happy to see that beautiful smile
Oh,
and to see you able to join us today. Thank you. I know that you're on the way to a conference
mm,
and that you're in your car. You pulled over to give us some time. Small business owners are struggling. They're dealing with a lot of things, and I know you have some great updates
mhm.
that you can at least give them. And so thank you for joining us today, Heather. And hey, this show is yours. Tell us what's going on.
Thanks so much, Kay. And you're right. The past couple of years, tax owners or business owners have been struggling. The pandemic has really hit all of us extremely hard. The good news is we're on the upward trajectory. We're getting out of this mess and getting back to some type of normalcy. The reason that I say that is because our small business loan programs are at all-time record highs, which is so encouraging. I mean, even pre-pandemic. So things are going gangbuster. Interest rates are still really, really low. Great for our 7A loan program, which is kind of an all-encompassing working capital program. You can use it for any number of business uses. And our 504 loan program, which is for real estate and heavy equipment, machinery, that type of thing. We're at historic highs for that as well. Those interest rates are in the low threes for a fixed term at 25 years. So think about that. It's just really unprecedented. So it's a wonderful opportunity for small businesses who are thinking about perhaps purchasing the building that they're in, purchasing equipment, refinancing their existing building, etc. It's a perfect time. So I would encourage anybody that's in that position, please do so. The other thing is that banks are really more apt to lend these days. So, you've got a whole number of opportunities out there of options with banks and credit unions, fintech companies, etc. Just don't get stuck with those merchant cash advances. Don't get stuck with those, online lenders that are charging, 14% interest rates. Do not do that. There are other opportunities and options for small businesses that you should really be taking advantage of.
Awesome.
Yes.
So what's going on with the EIDL?
Uh, so the Economic Injury Disaster Loan is a program that has actually been an SBA program for many, many years. With the pandemic, we pivoted the program to all businesses, not just if they were in the time of a disaster. So all businesses were eligible based on business closures, based on economic conditions, etc. So with that program, we're kind of winding it down now. We're not accepting new applications into that program for the pandemic idle, but we're still processing those existing applications. And those millions and millions of borrowers that had received an economic injury disaster loan, still have the opportunity to come back and ask for additional monies. So that's really important. There's still funding available. It's really, if they're still, struggling and trying to make ends meet, don't hesitate to email us, do the increase request. It's very simple. Um, Simply an email stating I need additional help, and we can walk them through the process. The targeted idle advance and the supplemental idle advance, which were those 10,000 and additional $5,000 supplements. The supplemental idle was a grant. The advance was a grant, so they did not have to be repaid. But because of statutory limitations, those programs have closed. We're no longer accepting applications for those. The funds are just not available any longer. But again, economic injury disaster loans are still at a 30-year term, 3.75%. Again, extremely, extremely cheap money in this market. Many of your listeners may have heard that interest rates are expected to rise this year and expected to rise a couple of times. So if you're on the fence at all, if your business is struggling, if you still need help, please reach out. I will tell you it's a long process. I don't want to tell you that, we can turn things on a dime, because unfortunately, there are so many applications in the pipeline that we're just trying to make our way through them. But don't miss the boat. Get your application in, get your request in for additional funding if needed.
So if somebody has an application already, they got 20,000, but now, you redone the formula, they could get 60,000. All they need to do is this request for additional funds.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. What about people that have an application in and have been denied? They can still continue the reconsideration process?
They can. So SBA has a reconsideration process. And even if we have declined the request, the applicant has the opportunity to come back and say, hey, wait a minute. Maybe you didn't understand the financial situation that I'm in. Maybe you didn't understand that I feel like I can make, XYZ money in the upcoming months. We can look at all different types of transactions. We can look at the projected earnings of a business, thinking that perhaps they've pivoted and expanded their marketing, done something different with their business to where their revenues could increase. Because the formula for the economic injury disaster loan is taking the revenue minus the cost of goods sold in the year 2019. And what we do is we look at percentage of that and come up with their loan amount. So it's their earnings minus the cost of goods sold, which gives us that net amount. And then we look at doubling that net amount, because we want to do that for a 24-month period. And that's what the loan amount is based off of. Now, if there was, something that was odd in 2019, we've had a lot of unfortunate events in Northern California, Kay. The wildfires, the drought, all different kinds of things. If we can show that business had received higher income in, say, 17 or 18, we can look at those years as well. We look at each case as an individual basis and make a case moving forward on why those funds are needed. Our entire focus is to support small businesses, and however we can do that, we will. Keeping in mind, we have to be good stewards of taxpayer dollars, because that's how we're funded, is by taxpayers. So in any case, if you need additional funding, if you're looking to expand your operation or anything else, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at the SBA, to the Black Small Business Association. We have a great partnership with them and can assist in getting you ready to make that next step. And I see Selena just got on the screen. Oh, nope, there's Kay back.
What happened is, um, I'm sorry, I got kind of like somebody interrupted and I can't hear. So, Serena, can you help me with what she's saying? I know there's a question on the thing.
Yes. The question
I'm
is,
gonna go up and try to come back in, maybe.
okay, let me remove you. Okay, so we have a question from Farron James. She says, I've submitted a reconsideration over 9 months ago and I still haven't heard back yet. What would you advise her to do in a situation like this?
So that's interesting because if she hasn't heard anything in 9 months, there's a problem. So it could be that perhaps we sent an email asking for additional information. Perhaps it went to her junk mail, something along those lines. Why don't you call our office and we can pull up the file for you and see where it's at. If we need to, provide any additional documentation, if there's anything else that's needed, we can be that liaison with you and our Office of Disaster Assistance that's processing these loans.
The office number?
It's 916-735-1700.
Okay, and I'm going to just put a ticker up so you guys have the information. And it looks
you-
like Pastor Kay is back. Hold on. Let me let her come and bring her back on. And I'm going to get off because this is Tax Tuesdays with Pastor Kay.
Thank you. So I'm using my phone instead of my laptop. So when someone called, it bounced me out. So anyway, so I did see that you gave your information. My thing is now I've been spending time helping people that been denied reconsideration. But I think that one of the things that I thought was really, really exciting was the fact that people that hadn't gotten all their money, that they could go and request additional money. That was new to me. And also the fact that people don't have to, if they just hang in there and they try to figure out what's going on, if they hang in there, that they could still get reconsideration. That's huge. And then thank you. I have people calling all the time about other funding. So I like what you said about the 504 and the 7A, because there are some people that maybe don't qualify for the EIDL. They're new businesses, or they're expanding in a way where the EIDL doesn't help them. But the fact that there's other resources at SBA is huge. I really appreciate it. The one thing I do have some people that are still getting emails about the targeted EIDL saying, hey, we're still waiting on your information, still doing your portal. But you said today the funds are gone.
Yeah, on the targeted advance and supplemental advance, those programs have closed. And again, that was a statutory requirement. It's the way that Congress wrote in the act. We don't have the opportunity to fund those transactions any longer. So, again, if they're getting some type of communications from us, please, reach out to my office. We can do the research and figure out what's going on. It could be that we tried to fund the loan, that the funding got stuck at their bank, or the bank sent the funding back. Is that what it is? Yeah. So perhaps we've got an opportunity in that circumstance, but otherwise, no. Again, just have them reach out to our office. The email for our office as well is Sacramento.
Selena, I can't hear her. I'm gonna have to go out and come back in because it's not allowing me to hear anything.
Okay. I'm just going to continue because I think Selena can hear me, but you can email our office at Sacramento_DO for district office at sba.gov. G-O-V. We're happy to look into those for you. So, and while we're waiting for Kay to get back on, I just want to explain to your audience that the U.S. Small Business Administration is a governmental agency. We are the only governmental agency that has the sole responsibility of supporting small business.
That's why you're so
support
critical.
That we offer to small is typically through a loan guarantee program.
Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
You guys are so
So there's
critical.
other government agencies that do support small business, but it's not their only.
I know.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you.
I know. We
And you're
love you
critical
guys.
too. You are the
Yes.
liaison and
Yes.
those.
Well, I appreciate you this morning. You've been
You
fantastic.
small
I hope you'll
businesses
come on again. And you thank you for just
anytime.
taking that time. Be careful on the road. And you are
I will.
phenomenal.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you and SBA.
Oh, well, we appreciate you. We love working with you guys.
All
Take
right.
care and have
Thank
a
you.
fabulous day.
All right. You too.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Well, woo, man, was that a whole bunch of information, a plethora of information. Thank you, SBA. Okay, you guys, you heard it right here. Man, I'm telling you what, you think I should like maybe be like a newscaster or something? I don't know. But I know one thing, I am trying my best to give you as much information to help you in your business. People are calling me all the time, okay, West Coast Guru, and they're asking like, hey, can you help me? So thank you that much. For some reason, I'm having a hard time. It says this live give me so much hope. Oh, that's good. You know, that's what my whole good morning, Sharon. My whole reason for doing this is good morning, Tamika, to be effective, to help people. Good morning, Lawana, my dear sister, who is the bomb.
We can't hear you again. No. We are having, this is like technical difficulty Tuesdays. Yeah, go back out and come back in and we'll wait for you because I know you have, Pastor K has some really good tax information and updates and things that we need to know. So bear with us. Unfortunately, today is not a perfect Tax Tuesday, but the information is good. It's always good, and we're always here to help. If anyone has any questions, please put them in the chat, and I'll put them up so Pastor K can address them. And looks like we got her back. Can you hear me now?
This has been a challenge, y'all. Devil, you a liar. Stay up out of this. Man, I tell you, it's crazy. Thank you, Selena, for backing me up. And my phone is ringing and people are just coming through. They're like, the hours is open. Let's talk to Kay. And
Right.
So that's what's going on. So I apologize to you guys. So really some quick tax tips. Thank you for the small business. Okay. You've got to, IRS has said, hey, they are booked, they are backlogged. They have put on an ID me. You have to go on there and confirm if you haven't gotten the letters. We really can't do your taxes without making sure if you received advanced tax credit or
Lost you again. We can't hear you again.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. So okay, anyway. So the ID me, you're able to opt out. So it was really interesting that you have to do the ID me in order to be able to get into IRS, set up your account and find out the information. But people are going crazy. Everybody don't like it. And so the ID me, you have the option now to go on irs.gov, set up an account, but you don't have to do the ID me. It's kind of cool though, because it makes sure that it protects you and protects your identity. So that's the hot thing that's going on. IRS is backlogged. They are paying refunds now. Refunds are being paid. Yay! People are getting refunds. IRS will start releasing them. The refunds are huge because of the advanced tax credit. We got people 10, 20, 30, no 30, 10, 20,000. I was going too much. And all that. But hey, but the issue is that you got to have a whole bunch of kids and, I don't know. So anyway, but the refunds are flowing through. People are getting them now. But we're trying to minimize errors by saying you got to go on IRS. So try to do that before you come to appointment. I'm really thankful that my business is moving, that people are here and everything, but we're open to the public. If you're interested, then you need to contact me at 916-320-1246. Make an appointment on my website, speedytaxesusa.com. But there are some interesting things. Like, for instance, if you didn't get the Golden State stimulus, we're not able. There's nothing that we're able to do in order to get that for you. If you missed it, right now they haven't given us anything to get that. But guess what? I heard a little birdie say that they are trying to give everybody in California, since we have a surplus, they're talking about giving us $1,000 each. Wouldn't that be great? But that's just a proposal. That's just a little something to wet your whistle, so you can see what's going on. So stay tuned for that, and I'll keep you updated on that. So I'm real excited about that. My commercial's out. You heard me. Everybody's calling me. I heard you on the radio. I heard you on your commercial. So that's really cool in that. Let's see. Tamika, what do you, there is somebody saying, what do you mean we have to do ID me? Okay, what I mean is there is, if you haven't filed your taxes and if you did not receive a letter from IRS saying how much your advance tax credit is or how much your stimulus is, then you need to go to irs.gov and see what they say. Because everybody, I'm telling you, 99.9% of everyone that said, I didn't get the stimulus or I didn't get the advance tax credit, I didn't get the letter, and then they go to irs.gov and they said they sent it. Now, 50% of them, no, 60%, maybe 80% said, hey, I didn't get that money. No, I got that money. I forgot. Oh, I didn't remember that was last year in April. And they must have spent it really fast. There is a small portion of people still say, even though IRS said I got the money, I didn't get it. So IRS is saying when you file your taxes, you have to file and say you get it. And then there's another avenue. There is a form that we can send to them and say, where's my 1,400 or my 2,800? And IRS will investigate. If they find out a check was sent and you didn't cash it or went to the bank and your bank was closed, they will reissue it to you. But as far as your taxes are, it has to line up with IRS or it will bounce and it will go to no man's land and stay there forever and you'll never get your money. So that's what I mean, Tamika. Like, if you already filed your taxes, don't worry about it. But if you haven't filed your taxes and you don't know, or you don't have the letter correspondence from IRS, then you need to go out to irs.gov and set up an account. The account requires an ID me. IRS announced yesterday that you don't have to do the ID me no more. So that's some good news. What else is going in taxes? Like I said, in California, golden stimulus 2. People are still trying to get it. They haven't given us anything in our taxes that allow us to get that if you had not received that. So that is like, you're kind of out of luck if you missed that. Maybe they'll open it up again. But right now, nothing. So anyway, call me if you have any questions. We're excited. We're doing taxes. Oh, just to let you know, all the LLCs for the state LLCs, they are due on March 15th. For IRS, they're due on April 15th. March 15th, partnership, S Corps, and the LLC for the state is due March 15th. So if you haven't gotten it, you're going to get a penalty. So if you have an LLC, start getting your paperwork together because you need to get that filed in order to not have a penalty and fees. So LLCs, S Corps, partnerships due March 15th. You might as well just do it regardless, because you don't want a penalty. C Corps, corporations are due on April 15th, but those have to be done. So any of you, I did a whole bunch last year because y'all was getting the PPP and y'all was getting whatever. You better file your taxes or they're going to close, penalty, stop everything you're doing. So contact us in order to do that, or whoever that you need to do it. But those need to be done. So, hey, I'm tired of talking today. Great information. We don't want to overcook you, give you too much information. What we want to do is let you be on your way. Thank you for putting up for all the technical difficulties today. Obviously, we push through. We don't care. We're going to just continue to try to serve you. And I hope to hear from you because we'd love to do your taxes. Thank you, BSBA, for sponsoring us, for setting this up, for having my back. Girl, you are just the most. Selena Pryor, God bless you. God bless you out in tax land and Facebook land. See you next Tuesday, 9 o'clock. Thank you.